Welcome back to my channel, guys, and welcome back to another episode from Salvage Nation. In this episode, as you can see, we're back on my BMW 325. I've got a really important delivery on this car. If you follow me on Instagram, you were just seeing about a week ago, I got a delivery for my front bumper. Now, that front bumper actually came with some parking sensors. Initially, I was just gonna leave them as some dummy sensors, but I thought to myself, hey, why don't I try to wire them in and try to retrofit front parking sensors to my BMW E92 that's only got rear parking sensors. So I've done a part search. I realized that I need to upgrade the parking sensor module from the one for just the rear to the one that has the 2 slots for the rear and the front. I'm very good with coding my BMWs, so I need to do a bit of coding. But the main important thing was a wiring loom. I phoned BMW of Infield and they told me that the loom for this particular car has been discontinued. So I tried to use my own initiative and I've made a custom-made wiring loom for this car that would enable me to retrofit my front parking sensors. So let's check out the parts that I bought. Before I do, I want to give you the plan. It's about 12 o'clock now, and at about 3 o'clock, so 3 hours from now, I've got an MOT booked at my local MOT station. So I need to get my front bumper on, I need to get all my lights and everything fastened down that I put on the front of the car before. The tires are good. I know that it's multicolored at the moment, but that's not a reason to fail an MOT. I need to MOT this car so I can tax this car. So it's going to be going for an MOT today. Fingers crossed, guys, if it's going to pass. I don't see why not. Everything else on the car is completely sound. But before we do that, I want to show you what I've got. Let's go. So guys, this is my replacement bumper. I bought this off a guy on eBay. It came with all the parking sensors, as you can see. It's got a little bit of damage on the driving side, but I'll repair that. That's fine. That is nothing. We'll get rid of that and we'll make it look back to normal. Now, it looks like a mess, but this is my custom-made front parking sensor wiring loom. And guys, I'm gonna show you a few clips right now of how I made this wiring loom. So these are some connectors for the parking sensors that I got from a scrapyard. So I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna spend some time wiring up my loom. This is for the BMW E92, but I'm gonna use my F series as a prop, just because it's similar dimensions, and I'll give a little bit extra. So I'm laying the wiring for the first parking sensor. That is for the inner passenger side parking sensor, and I'm gonna run it all the way back. Have a look. So I bought this little box of wires, and yeah guys, I'll be making up this parking sensor loom and I'll show you the results. So with my wiring loom completed, I knew that I needed to get an upgraded parking sensor module. If you look right here, this is the replacement one that I bought. And I chose this one because it came with the connectors, it came with a bit of the wiring as well, and it came with this nice little foam bracket. Now, on a regular car with just rear parking sensors, one of these connectors is missing. So it's literally just 1 and 2, and it doesn't have this third one. All I need to do is swap my one that's on the car that's got 2 and put in this one that's got the 3. You see these twisted orange and green wires? This is for the CAN network. So the CAN network is part of the network on the car that they exchange signals all around the car. So that's the CAN network on the BMW. This is the cable for the front. And all this is, guys, is a series of cables that runs to each individual parking sensor on the front. And then this is the front. And as you can see, I've got them all taped. I've got them all wired in, and I know which pin. So this is block number 4 for sensor 4. And each sensor has got 3 wires, and each wire has got a pin number that I've written on. So I know exactly where all the wires need to go. So 1 watt sensor, 2 sensors, 3 and 4. 4 front sensors, and as you can see, they correspond with 1, 2, 3 and 4. Guys, if this goes to plan, I will now have front parking sensors as well as my rear parking sensors into my car. This is going to be the ultimate build, guys. So let's crack on with what we need to do, because I need to get this car ready for MOT, and then we'll be taking a bit more time to get the parking sensors sorted. Let's go. So guys, I've gone ahead and I've laid the wiring for my custom wiring loom, and this is the same route that the original BMW wiring loom will take. I've got the same little connectors as it would be from the factory. So as you can see, I've got it labeled. This is S4 for sensor 4, S3 for sensor 3, and so on and so forth. S2, S1. And within each sensor, there are 3 wires. So that would then just go up and around. It comes up from there, and it will follow the normal wiring from there. But I'll finish this part off at a later date. I just want to concentrate on the front end and getting the front end together so I can take it for MOT, as I said. So this normally, there's a hole and a grommet that goes through to the firing wall, and it will just come along. It should end up coming out the bottom there. I'll be running it around the bottom here, straight through the back seats. And then, excuse the mess, underneath this panel in the boot, down in there, that's where the module for the parking sensors is. I'm gonna swap out my old one for the new one. So with all that done, guys, I need to put on my bumper. I'm running out of time, so I really need to get going, get this car over to the MOT shop, and then we'll come back and see what else we need to do. So let's get the bumper on. Guys, have a look at that. I hope you enjoyed that. Tell me what you think, but I'm pressed for time. So now that the bumper is on, the lights are in, everything's fastened down, I've got to take this car next door to get MOT done. I'm so late, so let's go. Guys, have a look. Big old pass right there. It's passed, guys. I can technically tax this car and drive this car today, but I will not be doing that because I still need to sort out my front parking sensors. I need to install the plastic trim on the wheel arches, and there's some other bits and bobs that I need to do to finish the assembly on the front end of the car, and I don't want to take any risk. The bumper still needs to come back off because we'll be spraying this bumper off the car. We'll be spraying the bonnet and we'll be spraying the 2 wings, making it all look really nice. I'm still waiting for the delivery on my mirror covers. We're going to be taking care of all the damage onto the bumper and everything. I've run out of time for today. I'll be going home and I'll be catching you guys tomorrow. Right guys, so it's the next day here and I'm starting off today by doing two things. I have to wire up all of my parking sensors for the front. Remember, I'm doing a retrofit of the front parking sensors on this car. This car came with the rear parking sensors. The second thing I'm gonna do, I've gone ahead just now and I've used my programming tool to code in the front parking sensors into the car. Now coding it in, I'm basically just telling the car, look, you've now got front parking sensors, more or less. So the car is aware of what I'm doing. So two things, the hardware side of things, which is the wiring in and adding the sensors and stuff, but you also have to do it on the software side. So I've just gone ahead and I've done it on the software side and I'll show you what I've done. Have a look. So now, when you put it in reverse, you can hear that because I'm right up against the back, but have a look. It's now gone from just at the back to also at the front. And check this out guys, as I was coding it for the parking sensors, I also coded in this feature. Have a look. When you lock the car, power folding when you unlock. It's the little things that count. Right, moving on. Next thing I need to do, I've already gone and removed my trim in the boot. This is where the parking sensor module is hiding. It's hiding behind there. So as you can see, this is the one with just two slots. This is the main control wire, and this is the wire from the rear parking sensors. The one that I've bought has got a third socket for the front parking sensors, and it's right here. So have a look. I've got 3 sockets versus the one with 2. So I need to swap this for that, but I'll do that after I've done the wiring. So next thing I need to do now guys is just go back to the front, get my custom made wiring loom that I made, wire it, feed it where it needs to go into the car, bring it all the way to the back and wire it into the correct slots on the socket. So let's do that. Right guys, so I've removed all the paneling, and if you look right there, you can see that grommet. That's a grommet that leads through the firewall. That metal piece there is the firewall. And if you see that little hole, that's just a little hole that I can go through with my wiring loom, and that will end up in the engine bay. So that is what I need right there. So let's get the wiring pushed through to that little grommet there, and then we can continue. Let's go. Guys, check out this mess. So I've gone through one by one. I've connected the ends to the wiring loom that I made, and I've put them in one by one into this socket. All I need to do is slide the socket into its casing, and then this is ready to go into my parking sensor module. So just like that. And it's got a specific groove right there that it can only go in one direction, which is the correct direction. So that goes in like that, clips, and there it is. Now normally I wouldn't have to go through all of this mess. I would be able to buy the wiring loom complete from BMW, but BMW have discontinued this wiring loom. So guys, this is why I had to go through this task of making my own wiring loom. So let's get this hooked up and see if we could put in some parking sensors and get this system working. Right guys, so there's been a breakthrough. I ended up having to do the whole wiring all over again because I made a mistake. I had to reach out to one of my subscribers. Thank you, Dominic. He gave me the schematics all the way from Germany, so I couldn't have done this without you, but look. And then we come back. So now I'm gonna tape up all of this wiring, all of that. Look, all of that mess, guys. Now the rear. Have a look at this. Guys, my custom wiring loom works. My programming works. Everything works. Oh my God. Just gets better and better. Right, I need to tidy all this up, wrap it all up with black tape, and then once that's done, I'll show it to you guys in more detail. Let's go. Guys, there you have it. I've routed my wiring. Everything is completely tucked away where it's meant to go. If you look right there, you can see that's where all the original wiring is. And right behind here, that's the parking sensor module hiding in the back right there. Sorry for the noise, I've got the parking sensors on because I want to show you them. If anyone wants to know where your parking sensor module is, on the E92, it's in the boot on the right hand side, right there. Have a look. I've got front and back parking sensors now, completely working, no issues, programming was a breeze, everything works. However guys, it's gotten super late on me, so I'm gonna head off now, come back tomorrow where I'll be reinstalling all of my trim pieces right in there. I've got to install them and just tie down everything on the front. I'll install these as well, and then hopefully after that we can get ready to start painting this car. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Guys, it's the next morning here and I'm back at H&A Autos. As you can see, I've got the car behind me. Everything on the front of the car has been fastened down. I just need to fasten up my mud guards. These are the wheel arch liners that line the inside of the wheel right there, and that closes off everything there and make sure that that stays nice and dry. So before I drive this car, I need to put them on. Last night, I managed to get my front parking sensors working. Now, the bumper that I bought, it came with the parking sensors, and I thought, you know what? Let me try to do this. I was confident quietly, but at the same time, you know, it could have gone either way. So I'm very happy that it did work out in my favor and I've got them to work. BMW told me that they've stopped doing the retrofit kit, but I've got that never say never attitude and I kept it going, kept it moving, and I was able to come up with the schematics. So Dominic, thank you for that. Come up with the schematics and I was able to make my own wiring loom. I know how to do the coding, I know how to do the programming, and I just had to upgrade the parking sensor module, code it all in, I ran the wiring loom that I made, and everything's working perfect. Factory fitted front parking sensors and rear parking sensors. And if any of you guys are interested in doing this mod to your BMW E series, get in touch. Drop me a message on Instagram, and I'm sure we can sort something out. Get in touch with me if you're interested in doing this mod. So, plan for today is get my mud guards on, and then I'll be taking this car for a first proper test drive. Let's go. Guys, there we have it. I've managed to complete my engine install. I've completed the front end. I retrofitted parking sensors. I've done a test drive. There you have it. In the next episode, we'll be spraying this car, getting everything finalized, so you don't want to miss that. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. And if you like that content, guys, make sure you give me a thumbs up. This is where we're going to end the video. So as I always say, guys, keep it moving. I'll see you in the next one.